Joining us now on the hotline is Ray Borg. What's up, Ray? How you doing?
Good, man. Good. Just finishing up a morning of wrestling and, just chilling out before the next one.
So a lot of wrestling. Always staying sharp with that wrestling, huh?
Yeah, making sure that I keep every tool in the toolbox nice and sharp, along with adding new ones every day.
Yeah. Did wrestling beat up your body the way we hear others that can't move their neck or, they have lower back problems? Like, how's your body held up to all the years of wrestling?
You know what, man? I get a lot of people asking me questions about wrestling, like where did I wrestle in college, where did I wrestle in high school. I only wrestled 2 years in junior wrestling my whole entire life. So my body's been pretty healthy from wrestling because when I started training MMA at 13, I started with just pure MMA wrestling, never straight wrestling. So I don't develop the knee problems from the weird scrambles and the low stance or that, the back posture from a constant wrestling stand. I've always wrestled from a striking position. So, I never really had problems with the whole traditional wrestling style of that strong, that strong neck and that, pulling of the muscles and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, that goes to show you, how great of a wrestler you are that a lot of people are convinced, wow, this guy must have had some serious background. Even the announcers are always stressing, Ray Borg's wrestling and your tempo and everything. But there you have it.
Timing more than anything. His timing's amazing.
Yeah, it sure is. Very explosive, too.
Yeah, that's one thing I've learned to work on is great timing. I feel like that's what a lot of wrestlers lack in the MMA game. For example, Henry Cejudo is an Olympic gold medalist, but he doesn't know how to time takedowns with punches. So I don't feel like his shots incorporate with his MMA unless it's an upper body takedown, just because the timing is just so much different from straight wrestling. And that's just something I've been working on and perfecting since I was a kid.
Ray Borg, our guest here on MMAjunkie Radio. Goes, what do you have for Ray?
Ray, when you're not training for a specific opponent, are you training for the champion? And what kind of training are you doing for that?
I've as cliche as it goes, like, a lot of people who get a title shot or whatever, they're like, yeah, I've been training for this guy for years, and I've always been prepared for this guy. But no, I have literally prepared for DJ since he won the belt the first time, because I just knew whether it was going to be when I was 23, whether it was going to be when I'm 28. I knew at one point I was going to fight DJ. I just knew it in my head, knew it in my heart that it was going to happen. So I always, even when I'm training for an opponent, like a specific opponent, even if it's Formiga or, Justin Ortiz, no matter who it is, I'm always in a position where, okay, I'm good here. Formiga wouldn't get me here. Justin Ortiz wouldn't get me here, but would DJ catch me here? And then I would fix those things, because I know that if I can stop DJ from getting me in a certain position, then nobody's going to get me in that position, just because of the level DJ's at. So it's always been like little things to make sure I'm not only prepared for my opponent, but also for something DJ can do as well.
The champion's been clear that he wants someone within the flyweight division. Even though you guys aren't homies or anything, it's got to be pretty cool to hear from the champion that he's sticking up for his division, for a contender within his division, because it's a big fight for him. It's a big fight for the UFC. A record may be broken here for most title defenses. So I'm sure you've seen that, right, where DJ has stressed that if it was up to him, he would want Borg.
Yeah, and I truly that's actually where I gained respect for him, and some fans are seeing it because he is respecting the division and the rankings by wanting to fight me. So a big problem that I have with TJ jumping down isn't, stealing my title shot. I will get a title shot regardless, whether I have to wait 2 more fights, 1 more fight, it don't matter. I'm going to get a title shot, before DJ is done fighting. But what I have a problem with TJ coming down is you get the same fiasco as Conor McGregor. He's holding those divisions hostage. I know he vacated the 45-pound belt because he had to, but the 55-pound division is just being held hostage, It's because he's got his talks with Floyd and he's got his talks with, all this stuff, which I think if he fights Floyd, I don't think he'll fight MMA again. And it's just, I think it's proper for DJ to fight the contenders in his division and then, eliminate, do what he's got to do. And then super fights can happen when it's a champion versus a champion. I agree with DJ and a lot of people that's saying that TJ, although he's going to be a fierce competitor and things like that. He's not a contender in the 25-pound division. He's a contender in the 35-pound division, but not the 25-pound division.